Pathea Games just announced their newest entry to the My Time franchise, and oh my god, it looks absolutely amazing. So let's go over everything that you need to know about their newest entry, My Time at Evershine. If you don't know, Pathea Games are an award-winning independent studio that has brought us the My Time at Portia and My Time at Sandrock games, two of my absolute favorite farming games of all time. Today they announced that they're launching a Kickstarter campaign for their newest entry called My Time at Evershine, which will innovate and redefine the life sim genre. Now that's a big promise, but I also kind of believe them because, again, I love their games already, so I can't wait to see what this one is gonna bring. This franchise is known to bridge the gap between cozy and RPG lovers, and this new entry will feature deeper RPG elements, including meaningful character progression, exploration, and questing. As we saw in the trailer, we have a beautiful new art direction, but the developers are also bringing us revamped gameplay mechanics, a diverse cast of romanceable NPCs, over 40 hours of story content, and a new role to play as. Usually in these games we play as a fledgling builder, but this time around the roles are gonna switch and you're gonna be the mayor now. And that means you have the essential task of keeping your town running. So far we know that we're gonna start with a small campfire that kind of brings back a bit of Animal Crossing New Horizons start, let's say, or then come start, and then you're slowly gonna build your way up. And now characters will handle the smaller routine tasks for you, which I guess are the tasks that we used to do before in the previous games. Now we have someone to do them for us, and that will let us take on our job as a mayor and make things a bit easier. I got a list of features that you can expect in this new entry, so let me share them with you. But before we get started, if you're new to this channel, hello you gorgeous human being, it's Miss Bubbles. If you love everything cozy games and RPGs, you're in the best channel out there, so make sure to squish the like and subscribe buttons because I don't want you to miss out on the latest and greatest of both RPG and cozy games. So first, the story campaign is about you being a governor of a brand new settlement on the fringes of the Free City, and you're facing Duvos Empire. This is set 3 years after the events of My Time at Sandrock, where the Duvos Empire has taken over the Orzu ruins. This is an area that Ithea also claims as their own, so this conflict happens north of the Alliance of Free Cities border. In response, the Alliance is gonna launch the North Development Plan to move settlers to a new area and establish a new city-state for better defense. And Evershine, the town that you're gonna be governing, is one of these 6 major cities. There's a big story happening here, there's a lot that's apparently gonna happen, we've got a bit of lore. I have to say I'm very intrigued by the plot so far, so I can't wait to see where the devs are gonna take it. Now, as part of the gameplay, you're gonna be recruiting settlers, you're gonna build infrastructure, you're gonna tame wild animals, and you're gonna prepare to face an antagonist that is promised to be a lot more lore heavy and just mean than what we had in My Time at Sandrock. And I think we've seen the antagonist in the trailer here. They do not look very happy about seeing their face slapped on that wanted flyer. And as such, you're gonna be not only commanding your new settlers, but you're also gonna be customizing them, which is something that we've never seen in this franchise before. So let's say you want someone to help you gather some resources, now you've got someone to do that for you. And we all know that relationships are a massive part of the My Time games, and things are not gonna be any different here. In this new game, you can recruit up to 3 followers to stay with you and help you with day-to-day tasks, or you can dispatch them across the northern Eufaula. The devs aim to have about 8 to 10 romanceable NPCs and a dozen of other characters who are gonna play a massive part in the story campaign. Now, your relationship with the settlers is not just talking to them or gifting them stuff or asking them to do tasks for you. You also have to take care of their needs. So apparently there's gonna be some new survival mechanics added into this game, and basically you're gonna have to take care of their tiredness and their hunger. Now, I do hope that there will be a toggle on and off option for this game, because I know a lot of people want to play farming games and RPGs, but the last thing they want to worry about is survival mechanics. So hopefully the devs have a way to address that without alienating people who just really dislike survival elements. We also know that this new campaign can be played either in solo or co-op mode with up to 4 players, and the host will control the pace of the main story. Then the guests can share resources and money. Also, the game's gonna support full-on modding, so the community, we know they're gonna go crazy. We're gonna get some epic mods. I can't wait to see what everyone is gonna create, so this is gonna be very interesting. And I have to say, the new art direction looks amazing, and developers are promising the most most realistic My Time game to date, which we can clearly see from the trailers already. Environments are going to be more expansive and varied, the characters are going to look more realistic, and they're accompanied by animation, which will be motion captured, which in turn means this will create a more believable world. This sounds all very cool and fantastic, but like, take my money, tell me when are we going to play this game, right? So the game is still in very early development, and the developers need a Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign, which is going to be live on September 24th. And because, as the creative director said, the My Time at Sandrock game cost a lot, like $12 million a lot, and still counting. We expect Evershine's budget to be somewhere in the ballpark as well, and having extra funding at this early stage of development allows us to plan for bigger and better features, and allows the community to give us direct feedback while we're still deciding key elements of the game's design and execution. So yeah, there's gonna be a Kickstarter again, and we know that the previous games were also supported through Kickstarter. We have these amazing games because of these crowdfunding campaigns. My Time at Evershine will be on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and future Nintendo platforms, which are yet to be announced. I saw some websites say that it's confirmed for Switch 2, but I don't know where that was said. I haven't seen that personally, especially in the press kit that I got. It said with future Nintendo platforms yet to be announced, so nothing was said. But anyways, if you're gonna support this campaign, especially when we've seen Pathea Games, I love them, they've worked really hard on their Switch port, but we've seen the Switch ports are always struggling, be it with My Time at Sandrock or My Time at Portia. And then we also have what happened with Coral Island. We've been promised a Switch port, we haven't seen that yet, and you can say like, oh, it's Humble Games, la la la, doesn't matter, the game has been out for a while and we still don't have a Switch port. And we've also got Sunhaven, still no Switch port seen, so be careful with these big games. I don't know how to say it very nicely, but if you don't own anything but a PC and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna buy it and hope that I play it on the Nintendo Switch, remember that there's no guarantee behind any of these crowdfunding campaigns. You might get the game, you might not get the game. It's on you if the game doesn't come out and you decided to support it there. I feel like we've been seeing over and over and over again that Switch ports are pretty difficult. Yeah, the Switch 2 is on the way. By the time we get this game, the Switch 2 is probably out, and maybe it can run the game. But again, we've seen Pathea Games, they always struggle with their Nintendo Switch ports. And even though I know they've contacted me before, they've told me that they've worked their best to actually improve on the My Time at Sandrock port, I still cannot play that game. I still get a lot of motion sickness. You know, keep your expectations at bay. And then when it comes to the other consoles, I don't know. I've seen mixed reviews about them. I have never played them on a PlayStation or an Xbox before. So if you have, let us know how your experience was. Keep those expectations about a Nintendo Switch port tame, and don't be like, you know, a year or two from now, you'd be like, oh, this, you know, freaking creator told me about the Kickstarter campaign and look, it's not on Nintendo Switch. Like, you know, I'm telling you already. But at the end of the day, the decision is in your hands, and I'm very curious. I want to know, are you going to support the Kickstarter, or are you going to buy the game when it's out? What are your thoughts? How do we feel about this new art direction and you playing as a mayor and the introduction of survival elements? Let's talk about it in the comment section. If you're looking for farming games that are amazing with a twist, that are a bit unique, and that you can actually play right now, watch this video next. Thank you to my YouTube and Patreon bubblies who make videos like this possible, and a special shout out goes to the games I mentioned, Jake, Logan, and Stephanie for going the extra mile. Until next time, stay bubbly.